In working with a client recently, one of the things I found is a lot of people wanted to do particular formulas or functions, but they wanted to reference data that was in another folder. So a master list or some sort of list of data that they wanted to bring in to another Excel file as part of a formula. Now the challenge with doing this is if you're linking one file to another, all it needs is for the file names to change, a file to be deleted or something to be moved, and all of a sudden your formula is broken. So one of the things you can do to minimize risk is if you've got a spreadsheet that you're going to reference in a formula or a function, is to put a copy of it in the worksheet where you want to create the formula and function. So let's just say, for example, this particular worksheet I want to put in my other Excel file that I have open here so that I can reference it in one of the formulas from one of the other worksheet tabs here. So what I'm going to do is right click on this worksheet tab and I'm going to go to move or copy. Now, just as a side note, I do have both of the files open, so you need to have them open before you start. Now, what I want to do is, this is my current workbook. I want to choose the workbook that's open, which is exercise file generic. Now I can do one of two things. So for example, if this data was something that I downloaded from some software like Xero or Reckon or MYOB or QuickBooks, I might not want the original file. I just might want to move this data into this folder so that it's all together. Alternatively, I may want to create a duplicate because I still want to keep the original file. So if I want to create a duplicate and keep the original file, I click create a copy. If you don't click this checkbox, what it will do is take this worksheet out of the file and put it into the one we're about to go to. From there, you can then choose where you want it to drop a copy of that worksheet, whether you want it after any of these worksheet tabs, or if you scroll down to the bottom, you will have all your worksheets there, and right at the end, I've got an option move to end. I'm just going to choose move to end, and then I'll click OK. Now, as soon as you do that, it opens up the worksheet where the tab's been copied into, and you can see here it's created a copy of it in this file. I could then reference it in any formulas in here, and I've minimized the risk of anything going wrong with my formulas or functions because the data that I'm referencing is actually contained within the same spreadsheet. So that's a really handy tip in Excel 365.